Hello, Internet. This video will be reviewing what is basically a floating city, Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. And let me tell you, it's like a Las Vegas had a baby with an apartment complex, and that baby learned to swim. And yes, Sherry did get lost trying to find our room multiple times. We're diving into everything you need to know about this massive vessel, from how to get on board without losing your mind to the food that you'll make your taste buds do a standing ovation, and shows that are so good they almost make me forget about the deep-seated fear of being in the middle of the ocean. Almost. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's walk through what it's like to be on vacation on this massive floating behemoth. You know what's worse than waiting in line at the DMV? Waiting to board a cruise ship. But plot twist, Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas just gave me the smoothest embarking experience of my life. And trust me, I've had some really rough ones. Look at this place. It's like an airport terminal had a wild night with an assembly line factory. And unlike my last Royal Caribbean adventure, which I won't name and shame but rhymes with horrendous of the seas, we're not standing here for 3 hours because of a computer glitch. From terminal to ship deck in minutes. Not hours, not days, minutes. It's like they actually want us to enjoy our vacation. Weird, right? And we're on vacation. That was easy. Almost suspiciously easy. We're gonna have to go and investigate. And by investigate, we mean hit the buffet. Speaking of the buffet, let's talk about the food situation in this floating castle. Because let's be honest, walking onto a cruise ship after experiencing celebrity cuisine is like going to a steakhouse after dating a French chef. The expectations? Lower than my chances of getting a date after telling my crush I collect vintage dental equipment as a hobby. But surprise, surprise, Allure of the Seas didn't just meet the bar, it basically did a choreographed gymnastics routine over it. Sure, the main dining room plays all the greatest hits, you know, the usual suspects that every cruise ship is legally obliged to serve. But here's where it gets interesting. They've got more food options than I have failed dance rehearsals. And I do a mean river dance. Want to escape the kids and pretend you're a sophisticated adult? The Solarian Bistro got you covered. Craving Mexican food that doesn't taste like it was made by someone who thinks Taco Bell's authentic? El Salvador's is your spot. It's like they took a food court, gave it a glow up, and scattered it across 16 decks. Not too shabby for a floating city that could probably house the entire population of my ex's emotional baggage. Let me tell you about the ice skating show, which, yes, exactly what you just heard me say, an ice skating show on a cruise ship. Because nothing says nautical adventure like watching people pirouette on a frozen water in the middle of the Caribbean. Now, normally, ice skating ranks somewhere between watching paint dry and attending my high school reunion on my list of preferred activities. But Royal Caribbean knows how to put on a show. The music, well, let's just say it's catering to an audience that remembers that Titanic was breaking news. But the skaters, these magnificent bastards are out there doing triple axels on a rink that's moving with the ocean. That's like trying to play Jenga during an earthquake, but they make it look effortless. And when I say they do stunts, I mean actual. How is insurance allowing this kind of stunts? We're talking acrobatics that would make Tom Cruise's stunt double need a stunt double. Pro tip, show up 30 minutes early. Otherwise, you'll end up with seats so far back you'll think you're watching people skating on a postage stamp. And trust me, nothing screams I'm making poor life choices like traveling across the ocean to watch an ice show from behind a support beam. Don't be that person. I'm looking at you, Kevin, from Wisconsin in row 23. Let me tell you something about Blue Planet, a show that managed to do the impossible, making saving the Earth feel like I'm taking an Ambien. It starts off promising enough. There's this fancy see-through screen that had me thinking, finally, James Cameron's given us Avatar the musical. But no, what we get instead was essentially what happens when your local community theater decides to interpret Mother Nature's LinkedIn profile, but through interpretive dance. You've got these performers prancing around, as various elements of nature, which sounds way more exciting than it actually is. The most thrilling acrobatics involve a trampoline routine that a 7-year-old could probably outperform at their next backyard birthday party. I kept waiting for the special part of special effects. Kind of like how I'm still waiting for someone to explain me the plot of Morbius to me. At one point, I genuinely thought the Fire Nation from Avatar The Last Airbender was going to show up just to put us all out of our misery. Spoiler alert, they didn't. And neither did anything remotely that interesting. So if you're looking for ways to fill your time on Allure of the Seas, maybe skip this one, unless you're having trouble sleeping. Anyone who's wondering why there's a giant pool at the back of the ship that's literally floating on water, let me introduce you to Oceanaria. This isn't just any show, this is what happens when Cirque du Soleil has a wild night with an Olympic diving team and decides to do it on a moving vessel, because apparently regular diving isn't terrifying enough. The aerialists in this show make Jackie Chan's stunts look like a toddler in a bouncy castle. They're literally flying through the air with the kind of casual confidence I pretend to have during job interviews. And that's when you think, okay, that's the craziest thing I'll see today. Someone decides to dive from what feels like the actual stratosphere into a pool that's moving with the ocean. That's like trying to thread a needle while riding a mechanical bull. But they nail it every single time. This was the second time Sherry and I have seen this kind of show before, and let me tell you, it's like pizza in my self-deprecating sense of humor. It never gets old. You've got comedy that actually lands, unlike some of my jokes in this review, acrobatics that happening so close to your head that you can actually practically smell the adrenaline, and dives that make my palms sweat just by thinking about them. Miss this show and you'll have some big regrets. And then there was Mamma Mia, the show that we didn't actually see because, wait for it, sewage problems. Yes, you heard right. Here we are in a multi-million-dollar floating resort, and somewhere a toilet decided to pull a plot twist worthy of M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalan? Shyamalan. 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 Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Now, some of you may be wondering, how does sewage affect a theater, you may ask? That's the kind of mystery I don't want to solve. Some questions like, what's actually in a cruise ship soft serve, or why did they make a sequel to Independence Day, are better left unanswered. But hey, silver lining, we dodged a 2-hour ABBA marathon. Don't get me wrong, I love Swedish pop as much as the next guy pretending to love Swedish pop, but 2 hours is a very long time. As for some of the other highlights in the cruise trip, we destroyed our dental work with some cotton candy, we watched jugglers defy gravity, and then because apparently we're 5-year-olds again, we hopped on a merry-go-round. Nothing says I'm a sophisticated adult like straggling a plastic horse while generic carnival music plays. Then there was a parade, because of course there was a parade. This floating city basically threw everything at the wall to see what stuck. And you know what? Pretty much all of it did. Look, I'm not saying this cruise ship changed my life, but I am saying I've never been more impressed by bathroom accessibility. I mean, whoever designed this thing was clearly very passionate about people not having to do the potty dance. And the ship being an Oasis class ship, it's basically the TARDIS of cruise ships, somehow bigger on the inside. You can literally lose your entire extended family and still have room to avoid that one guy who wants to tell you about his cryptocurrency investments. So yeah, if you're looking for a floating palace that doesn't feel like a packed subway car at rush hour, Allure of the Seas is definitely your jam. So these kinds of cruise review videos is something new for the channel. Let us know in the comments if you like them, because if you do, we'll make more. And also be sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the bell notification icon, share this video to others if they don't know about our channel. Spread the word. We definitely would appreciate it. And I guess that's it for now. Until then, we'll see you at the next fun destination.
Hey guys, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and click the notification bell!